What's up, everybody? Jeff here for Bond Life, and today I'm going to do my first question and answer. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first question comes from Flavius Toderica. I know I didn't say that right, but he asks, are you working out? If so, what are you actually doing? Lifting, body weight training, etc. So currently I'm actually not working out. Ending December 24th or 23rd, whatever day it was, what I did was 100 consecutive days of working out. I was doing P90X3, but I was going a little bit harder than I've ever done any of the Beachbody programs or anything like that. And I made sure that I never, ever skipped a single day. In fact, I would work out when I was sick, or everything. Like, it was just super extreme and very rigid to never ever miss a day. And I learned a lot from doing this. It didn't really do much, surprisingly, for my body because I was so stressed out for this period of time that I ate like shit. You can't work off a bad diet. That's the truth. So I have switched since that time, and I've been working on my dieting and making sure that that is really clean. And I've been doing intermittent fasting for a while now, but I've been pretty rigid with that. So that's going really well right now. And maybe next month or so, I'll start working out again once I have this diet kind of solid and more of a habit instead of something I'm actually putting effort towards. I only allow myself to stress over my diet and exercise so much. So I'm just trying to build a habit, have it something that I don't think about, and then put effort into, say, making myself work out. And then once I get myself to work out, and that's fine, then I'm working out and I'm eating healthy and I'm not putting much effort into that, then I figure out how to work out harder. All right, so Justin McCann, I'm not good at reading people's names, apparently. He asks, could you do a short video on entrepreneurship? And he has a few questions about starting a company. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an entrepreneur at all. I would call myself self-employed and a hard worker. As far as entrepreneurial endeavors, one of my heroes, if not my hero, just as the only one, is Elon Musk. And I have heard him place it best, the closest that I've ever come to understanding it. Why don't we roll that clip?
Generally, starting a business, I'd say number one is have a high pain threshold. That's it. There's a friend of mine who's got a good saying, which is that starting a company is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. Okay, that's generally what happens, because when you first start a company, there's lots of optimism and things are great, and then so happiness at first is high. Then you encounter all sorts of issues, and happiness will steadily decline, and then you'll go through a whole world of hurt. And then eventually, if you succeed, and in most cases you will not succeed, and Tesla almost didn't succeed, came very close to failure. Then if you succeed, then after a long time, you will finally get back to happiness.
Yeah, yeah, that's Elon. So Nunu Don, God, I don't know how to say people's names. He asks, when I'm trying to reach my personal goals, basically, how do I do that if I'm depressed or the world is keeping me down, and how to keep doing it and finding the inspiration? So for me, I wouldn't say I'm a stranger to depression at all. When I was a child or younger, I was pretty depressed for a really long time. And I've learned, instead of getting upset anymore, what happens is I'm very sensitive to my emotions. And as soon as I feel one, I pay attention. I go, oh shit, I'm feeling this way. And then I intensely focus on it and try to feel out exactly why I'm feeling this way. Try to understand what has made me feel this way. Then I figure out why I'm interpreting this situation with the emotion that I have, because really all an emotion is your interpretation of a situation. It's not a real thing. It would be different from person to person, and sometimes it's similar, but really it's just how you're reacting. I take it as emotions are like little alarm signals in different places in the brain saying, oh, you're depressed. Something is wrong here. It's like an alarm. And a lot of people run away from that, and they try to like watch TV and movies and hang out with their friends and drink and distract themselves from this alarm. And it's just going to get louder and louder and louder until you fucking break down. So as soon as I feel a little bit of something, I just listen really carefully and figure out what it is. And it's easier to solve these emotional issues or situations while they're kind of small. And if for any chance I was overworked and I just didn't get to something until it was screaming at me, then I kind of just break down my life a little bit and really just cut out the things that I can't handle really and just focus on the very, very important few until I get that back under control. It's like if you're struggling to pay rent, you don't go out and buy clothes, you know? And if you still can't even pay rent and you're not buying clothes, then you have to work really hard to pay that rent and just get another job. Like, I've worked 3 jobs at a time just to get by, and it sucked, but you get it done. And that's the thing, is you just get it done. Like, this is important. You feel shitty, you just solve it. Okay, so the last question is from Shafir Iqbal. I don't know how to pronounce it. And this one is a really interesting question because I think I'm going to have to do this in 2 parts. Stop chasing the dollar and slow down. Why do you work? To get paid or to fill time? And I'll get to the rest of his statement tomorrow, but right now I want to answer that first part and really just say it's really interesting that people talk about money so much. It's insane. Like, yeah, money is important, but it's definitely not something that I enjoy. Like, it's a trading system to get things that you want. So one, it's what I love to do. It's my passion. Everything I do with a camera or a computer, I love it. It's like, I think about it nonstop, every single day, all day. And even when I'm hanging out with friends, like, let's say I was at a fire pit, I'm staring at the fire, I'm like, oh, I wonder how the physics work in a computer software that I could recreate fire in an easier way. What kind of coding would make me optimize any updates? And I love it. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. And that's really why I do everything what I do. As far as money and everything, yeah, I love money, and it's a good indicator of success in what I'm doing, meaning I'm doing it right, and I can kind of move on and then learn the next task. And I just up my rate every time I feel like my personal value of what I'm giving away and I'm offering is going up. And I think that's really important. If you're offering way more and you're not getting paid for that, I think you should leave and try to make that money. I think it's that simple, really. Also, one last thing on that with money is I don't really buy things, like, ever. I buy food, and rarely too. Like, I eat like 1 or 2 meals a day, so it's like I don't spend my money except for on rent, which is way too expensive, and lunch. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. You guys, shoot me questions. I'm super excited about the question and answers. I love this. And tomorrow I will post a longer video to the rest of his question. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, peace.